Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be playing StarMade, a voxel-based space exploration game developed by Shine. If you've never played StarMade, then don't worry, you're one of quite a few people. StarMade isn't all that popular, but it is fun, and it's totally worth playing if you have the time. If, after watching my video, you decide you want to play it, then you can go to the Steam store and search up StarMade. The game is still in early access, but it's free to play at the moment. So the demo version of the game actually contains the full game. Though it will cost money eventually, about $15, but the price will go up. If you're like some people and just hate Steam, then you can go to Shine's website and download the game. Though I'm not personally sure how well that works. Well, let's get into it, shall we? So we are loaded into a new world. Whenever you load in at the coordinates 222, as you can see at the top right of my screen. So the first thing you're going to want to do after you load in is you're going to want to build a ship. So in order to do that, what we'll do is we'll press X to spawn in a new ship core, and it'll bring up a thing to name the ship. And once you spawn in the ship core, it looks like this. You press R again to enter it, then that should bring you automatically into build mode. So once you are in build mode, you can begin actually building your ship. So we're going to build a medium-sized ship. First thing you're going to want is reactor power. Without reactor power, your ship can't do anything. It's basically the block that just lay down pretty basic stuff. Yeah. So after your reactor power, you're going to want to design the basic hull of your ship. So I'm going to go for some sort of like cargo shuttle, but you know, it's up to personal preference. Whatever you want to make your ship like is, you know, fine. But so we're just gonna place down some hull. The hull block will keep, it'll keep, you know, help reduce how much damage you take, all of that. Oh, and in order to keep this like that, we're gonna set that. What that will do is it's called, it's just your YZ symmetry. What that does is basically allows you to, well, it allows you to not, it allows you to place things on both sides at the same time. You've got YZ symmetry and you've got your XZ and your XY symmetry. Okay, we want this to be one block taller. Okay. So now we can place this down again. Right, so now what we want is to make the wings of the ship. This is pretty simple. I mean, this is, optional. I want it to look good, but your ship can be designed really however you want to. It doesn't matter all that much. Some things may look better to you. I mean, I've seen people's ships that were like, just like random organizations of blocks, but they loved it. So, I mean, you do whatever you want. So next we're going to add some thruster blocks. Thruster blocks will help you to move through space. Without thruster blocks, you can't go anywhere. So you're going to need quite a few, but you don't get so many that you overpower your reactor. So for a ship of this size, I think about, about that many will do, like 30-ish, somewhere like that. Oh wait, yeah, about 30 should do. Fill this in right here. So next what you want, and we'll just make sure that this, moves around fine. Yeah, we move around good. So next what you're going to want is some shield generators, because if you don't have shield generators, the likelihood is that if you get in any sort of fight, your ship is going to go down really, really fast. So we're just going to put about just one shield capacitator, and then 5 shield regens should do it. And then you want to cover the top of this with hull blocks, so that way you can't get shot down. Because if they can shoot the hull, just the top, then they'll be able to take it out. Now we want to put some stuff here, so that way the front of the ship looks a little bit better than it does currently. So we'll just do something a bit like this. Yeah, we'll do something like that. We can add that to the rest of the ship. And then maybe it's just some, like, quarter pieces here. What? We can do here too. Yeah, that doesn't look bad. Looks okay. So then we'll close up the back, and we should be good. You want to leave like a 2-block space, so you can like get in and out of the ship, because You don't want to get stuck in. So next what we'll do is we'll press B to open the shop. Well, we gotta get nearer to the shop apparently. Whoa, that was too fast. So we'll press B to get into the shop and search up some lights. We'll just grab like 3 of these and get some storage containers, probably just 2. We'll get an undetonator. I'll show you what those are for later. And we need a build block. Faction module, a couple of these. And you'll probably want some armor other than the default, because the default is a little bit ugly. So we'll get just like 100 of these. And we'll also get some hazard armor because I like it. I think that's all we need. Yeah, that should be it. So, oh wait, no, we also want some rails. So we need a rail docker. We'll just buy a couple of those, and we'll also need some rail basics for our landing pad that we'll want to make later. So the next thing we'll want to add to our ship, and this should be the last thing, is you'll want you want a salvage computer and some salvage beams. So we'll stick the salvage computer just right here. Oh wait, I need to unset the YZ because we only want one of those. And then we will link that to some of these salvage modules. Because, okay, so what these salvage modules do is they let you harvest materials from asteroids and from, well, mainly from asteroids, but also from planet fragments. I personally don't often use planet fragments for mining, but I mean you can, there's nothing wrong with it. I just prefer not to, because planet fragments can give you some pretty big lag. That much ought to do it. We just want a basic. So I'm going to set this as weapon output, because hopefully that should just make it fire from this single beam instead of from all 3 beams at once. I'm also going to buy some glass just because I like the way it looks. So I want 2 glass and some glass door. Okay. So I want this glass for the ship, and we'll also want to put the salvage computers and the rail dockers. So, or not the salvage computers, the storage modules, sorry. Alright, so we'll put the glass right here, and then we'll put this light in the ship just right here, should do it. Right, that'll light it up. Then put the glass door here, and put our storage just on the wall here. Right. So, and then what we'll want is this rail docker can go right about here. And what we'll have to do is we'll have to orientate it so that the arrow is at the bottom and facing forwards. So as you can see, the arrow on it is facing to the front. That will make it so when we dock it, it'll look better. I'm also going to add just some basic gray pieces here, some quarter gray pieces, just to make it, safer. Because if we get shot at the bottom currently, then it'll take us out. So this should do for a basic starter ship. Now you're going to want something a lot better than this eventually, but for now it should cut it, because you're not going to be getting into any major firefights with this. So it should work as a basic salvager. So let's make sure all the systems work. Okay, so you see how that goes red? That means we've got a little bit of a reactor overload. So what we're going to want to do is stabilize the reactor. A way we can do that is we can put this reactor stabilizer here, and also put one here. So what that should do, yeah, okay, so now we're only at 73.8 power consumption, as opposed to a lot more. I also want to put a reactor mobility chamber in here, and I'll show you how to do that. So the reactor mobility chambers, all they do is they can help you get more top speed and better turn rates than you'd be able to get normally, because well, I'll show you how. So what you're going to want to do first is put one of these reactor conduits here, and then you're going to want to use one of these reactor mobility chambers and put it right next to the conduit, and the conduit is touching a reactor core, otherwise a reactor chamber, or whatever they're called, reactor power, because otherwise it won't work. So what you do is you go to R on this reactor and click on reactor mobility, click on this, click specify chamber, and then what I want is top speed. So this used 10% of our reactor capacity. I'm going to level it up. So now it's using 20% of our reactor capacity, and this should increase the top speed that the ship can go. Yeah. Okay. So what we're going to do now is map out the sector and look for a place to mine. I will be back with you guys in a moment. Right, so we have explored 15 sectors out of the system. So what you see here is the system map, which one system is made up of however many sectors, I think somewhere around 200 or so. But it has one, so each system is basically one solar system. There are, well, a lot of solar systems in a galaxy. Here's one galaxy, and I think there's supposed to be over 4 quadrillion galaxies in the whole game, so there's a lot of systems. But in any case, this system looks like it's got some trade guild stuff going on here, just some mining, and I don't really see any planets, but there are these rings, which are asteroid belts. So what we have done is we have gone to one of these asteroid belts so we can find an asteroid to mine. So once we mine an asteroid, we'll go to this. Each of these little purple things you see here, that is minerals that you can mine. I have 50 asteroids. Begin to fill it away. Good job. My thing. But what we're going to do is we're just going to salvage some of this asteroid, not too because I don't feel like sitting here all day. But whenever you mine this asteroid, what it's gonna do is if you have cargo, on board your ship, it'll go directly into this cargo. And what we can do is we can use as personal cargo, and that should let us access that from our inventory. So all you've got to do is click cargo, and that opens your personal cargo. So we're pressing Z to go back to flight mode again, and we're going to continue mining this asteroid. So once we are done mining this asteroid, we will go to a shop. Actually, what I'm going to do is go and find a planet to make a base on. But we're going to want to eventually go to a shop and sell this so we can get more credits. And if you have enough credits, you can buy basically anything in the game. But that should be enough. Yeah, that should be enough. So what we're going to do now is we are going to go off and find ourselves a planet. So those things in the distance there, those are planets. Looks like they're in another system. So I'm just going to head over to there, and I'll see you guys then. Right, so what I did is I went ahead and found a planet to build on, and I built a small little base here on this desert planet. I would have preferred a Terran planet, but I couldn't really find one, and I didn't really want to search for a long time to find one. But we're not real far away. I think we're just one sector, yeah, we're just one sector above where we spawned at here. But, yeah, so I built us a landing pad. I built a little landing pad here. It's not perfect, but I've built, so what you do is whenever you land on a planet, you can place down a build block, and this build block will actually allow you to build anything you want on the whole planet. So you can basically just build out wherever on the planet. Not, I mean, to an extent at least. Because you can't just like build super far out. I think there's a height limit. But I also built us this little shelter, which all it has is it's basically just a small shelter with an undetonator and a faction block in it. What this does is the undetonator, when activated, sets your spawn point right here. So if you die, you'll come back right here. And then the faction block, it basically claims the planet as your own. It's only really very useful in multiplayer, but I decided to go ahead and use it in my single player playthrough, as many of you who are watching this video will probably want to play on multiplayer, since that's, you know, generally the preferred way. But all my friends are dorks and won't play with me. But yeah, that's basically it for this video. If y'all would like and subscribe to my channel, then that would help a lot. Don't forget to leave a comment if you liked this video and want to see more of this game. And be sure to check out my next videos. This is Mike Aren, and I'll see you guys later.